Well, for more, we can speak now to political analyst Carlos Mascarell Vilar, who joins us from Brussels. Thank you so much for speaking to us. As we just heard in that report, the French and the Spanish authorities decided to stay away from today's peace conference. Were they right to do that, do you think?
Well, I think it's not right in the sense that, of course, without the two governments of the Spanish government and the French government being present in the peace talks, it would be more difficult to build reconciliation. So, of course, in the sense that if Spanish authorities and French authorities do not give certain concessions on the prisoners of the band, this would create an ambiance in which it would be much difficult to reconcile both sides of the conflict. So, of course, it was not good news to not to have them in the table.
When you look at those images of that peace conference today, and you think about how we've reached this point in the negotiations and an end to that conflict, are you convinced that this actually draws a line under the conflict entirely?
It's a bit complicated to say because this is not like other peace agreements like the one in Northern Ireland, in the sense that it has been a unilateral peace process, in the sense you haven't had the Spanish government itself in the table. Both the Conservative and the Socialist parties have been denying to be part of the solution of the conflict. So it means that it's a sort of unilateral process led by the terrorist band itself, with the support of especially pro-referendum parties in the Basque Country. So it's a sort, for me, of a strange peace process which has been led unilaterally by the band itself and mainly by the support of the Basque Country. So it's a sort of fake. So in that sense, I don't think it draws a line. It's simply the last consequence of the process that it started in 2011, which was really the breaking point in which the band decided unilaterally that they will stop doing attacks to different kind of people. So this is simply the last consequence of this whole process. However, the fact that the Spanish government is not in the table means that it's going to be a bit difficult to give certain concessions that the band is demanding and the families are demanding, like putting prisoners of the band closer to the Basque Country. So I don't think it's really a breaking point.
Yeah, and do you think it's also perhaps just a sign that, decades of violence have produced very little by way of results, and that perhaps this simply marks the beginning of a new strategy, a new set of techniques perhaps by separatists in their bid to create an independent Basque country? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, true. Of course, it's good news that terrorist attacks will be over, and everybody agrees that by the use of force you cannot achieve political objectives, and it's good that the band has recognized that. The problem there is that it looks like the Spanish governments, those that were in the past and those that will come in the future, at least the socialists and the conservatives mainly, are not really thinking of trying to find a solution to the conflict. If you see what's happening in Catalonia, is a sign of that. There is not the readiness, at least of a majority of the political forces in Spain, in order to solve those political conflicts through a referendum, nor in Catalonia or in the Basque Country, to put the two examples of the most paradigmatic examples. So I don't think that this will mark a new era in the way that political conflicts of separatist regions in Spain will be solved. Things will need to change really much in order to achieve a scenario where a referendum in the Basque Country or in Catalonia will take place, for example.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We're going to have to leave it there. Political analyst Carlos Mascarell Vilar, thank you very much indeed for speaking to us.